Welcome to Cosmic Comics, Games and Collectibles, your zen of geekism. We carry comics old and new, magazines, toys, games like Pokemon, Magic, D&D. Want Godzilla, Ultraman, Star Trek, Ninja Turtles, Funko Pops? You'll find it all here. Shop our Cosmic Sound Room and pick up a record or two. Enjoy our Comic Coffee Lounge with a cup of Sasquatch coffee while geeking out over a super cool movie on our big screen. Cosmic Comic, Games and Collectibles. Superman loves us, and so will you.
Hi everyone, Jason Hunt here, inviting you to join us every Saturday morning for news, the week's headlines in science fiction, fantasy, horror, comic books, video games, plus Comic-Con updates and the weather, and the occasional interview along the way. We call it Good Morning Multiverse. We hope you join us every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 Central, right here on Sci-Fi for Me TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Sean Fry. Sean from Biff Bam Boom Comics, 3B Comics. How are you tonight, my friend?
I'm doing good. Having a lot of fun. Just putting out really good content for just anybody that just loves comics. That's what we do.
Well, you've been busy on Youth Mob for so long.
Yes.
And then suddenly, true to title, Biff Bam Boom. Here's 2 books in one campaign that are brand new.
Yes. Pretty much like since the last time we've been on, we've been really busy, just pumping out content, pumping out different things, building up our YouTube channel, everything, the whole 9 yards. And like ever since the end of our Youth Mob campaign that we did, we went back to work, went back and just started putting our thinking caps together. Like, okay, we gotta just churn out more content, and CODY's the new one right now. We finally hit CODY, like, because everything before it was like in the distance. It was like Youth Mob here, but yeah, CODY, he's coming, and now he's here.
Yeah, and I mean the response you got to Youth Mob, it had to be pushing you guys, because you didn't want to let that enthusiasm die out.
No, like as soon as we finished that, we was like, okay, but now we just keep going, keep getting our name out there, keep growing, and the response that we've been getting from CODY has been really phenomenal, and that's what we been looking for.
Well, this is a launch day for 3B Comics, folks. So if you would please share the link out so that people can get in on this. Launch days are things in comics. Launch days are things in Comicsgate. I think I saw you use the hashtag. So is it okay to say that?
Yep. It's okay to say that.
Okay, because we're a big tent here. Everybody comes in. Comicsgate, not Comicsgate.
Yeah.
That's you, not me.
Yeah, that was
okay.
Me.
Mine makes the same tone when somebody calls me on Facebook. I'm like, oh my God, no, not now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate my phone. I have to tell it to go do not disturb a lot of the time. And then what'll happen is I'll forget to turn it back on. Yeah. And I'll be like, nobody's called me for days. My voicemail's just filled up. Oh man. So fill us in on a little bit how Youth Mob wrapped up. I mean, what was the reception there before we move into CODY?
Youth Mob, it's been really good. Like plugging away with Youth Mob, because it was like our first. We call it like our Fantastic Four book. Basically, this is gonna be that's gonna be the longest running book, and the most characters appear out of it. CODY is our first book that's like weird. It's in the vein. It exists in the same universe as Youth Mob superheroes, but it's a whole new genre that we jumped into with CODY, and the response has been really nice. Like especially like every show we've been to, and they've seen Youth Mob, and it's been really nice. And CODY's been getting that response, and it's a little more than I expected when I first did it. I was like, CODY. I was like y'all really feeling CODY? And I was like, okay,
he's just the space cowboy. Well, you know what? I mean, look at the response that Marvel Cinematic Universe has gotten to Star-Lord.
Yes,
and Star-Lord was a nobody character, but CODY to me is what Star-Lord would have been if he'd been written in the early 70s without a comics code.
Gotcha.
I mean, I can totally see. I mean, we've talked before about the artwork. It's got that Bowie kind of look to it. That David Bowie feel. We're talking about the art. Why don't we just show the art? Why don't I just take this cutesy little overlay off of here, because it won't work when we share artwork, and I'll just share the page, because if hopefully folks have already clicked the link that's right below the video. It's in the description, very first thing you see. It won't take you away from here. Click on it, go over to Indiegogo, have that thing pulled up. I mean, look at this painted artwork. You're not going to see painted work like this in 95% of the comics that are out there.
No.
Nobody calls him Maurice. Woody's riffing on my space cowboy line.
Yeah, with Cody, this is our first venture out of the superhero genre. This is space western. Cody is the gateway to space. He shows you everything that Youth Mob can't show you because their Youth Mob is on Earth. So Cody is the tour guide to space. He's gonna show you every different type of alien, different ecosystem, like everything around Cody, like different planets, all that stuff. You see that through him, and on a daily basis, he sees a lot of weird and crazy things. So his demeanor, his confidence and stuff is different. He doesn't feel shaken or anything because he sees
Nothing breaks him down. It's
yeah,
like,
he sees all
oh,
of
you're a new one.
it.
So, but he is from Earth. He's human.
No, he's not human. That was the
Oh.
one thing that we separated him. In our world, he is the first Martian baby. He's the first baby born on Mars.
So
The twist.
in the world of Youth Mob, we've landed on Mars.
We landed on Mars. Me and my dad had a really nice backstory to it, and the way we wrote it was for in our universe, the space race. Basically, when Neil Armstrong first walked on the moon, that was basically the first step that aliens found out that life on Earth is capable of coming into space, and that's when they opened themselves up, and then aliens basically said, "Okay, we can deal with Earth because they're smart enough to get out here in space now." So
Yeah.
it created like became part of like a space treaty, and Cody's parents were the first ones to, as part of that migration to get to Mars, and Cody has in the world the distinction of being the first Martian baby.
Okay. So he is human. He's just not Earthling.
Right, exactly.
All it's accident of birth there.
Yeah,
That up.
that's the one cool, like we cause like the way we build our universe is like we mixing in really cool history moments into it. Like our timelines follow very, it follows like the our timeline in a sense, like the world of 3B Comics follows it to an extent, and then it's one or two moments that diverted to a whole different thing. Like it's like really cool, like little Easter eggs and stuff that we put in that just helps build the world and get you more lost in the worlds that we're creating.
So in the world of Youth Mob, everybody knows there's aliens.
Yeah.
It's a known fact. It's just we're not seeing them because we're on Earth with Youth Mob, and
Yep.
Cody is out there being a space jockey.
Yep. Exactly. And yeah, it's a graphic novel that we're working on that explains that this is our first like crisis event that explains where the aliens first came to Earth and stuff like that. And that's the whole little thing that we're getting towards, like after we like finish Cody and a few other titles that we're working on, is that our first little crossover where you get to get all that little mini information in between. But yeah, but for the most part, on Earth, aliens have arrived, but not as frequent. Like you will see them just coming out of your house, or you picking up the newspaper or something, and you see aliens walking. It's not that far yet, but
we're nowhere they want to go.
Yeah.
It's like we're being a tourist to Detroit, for crying out loud. Who wants to go to Earth? So Cody, first baby born on Mars, all grown up.
Yeah.
Mostly I'm pegging him to be like, early 20s.
Exactly. Yep.
Old enough to do stuff, young enough not to care what the stuff is.
Yep, exactly.
So what is he? What's he do? I mean, outlaw's not a job title. You can't just go out and be breaking laws and robbing stuff all the time. That's not
No, his the main thing he does, he's more of a bounty hunter in a sense. Like he does a lot of odd jobs, like because that's the one thing. Like your ship needs repairs and stuff like that, maintenance. He has to do little weird odd jobs, makes money and stuff to repairs and keep going on to the next place where he needs to go. So that's pretty much what he's doing from like book to book. He's showing you different things. We're world building with him at the same time, but at the same time, you're getting a better understanding of him as a character because he does little weird odd jobs like, oh, this planet has been invaded or something like this, and you gotta wipe out this whatever the like say like mutant alien thing that's taking over the planet. He has to go wipe it out, get paid for it, and then he on to his next mission or whatever he's working on.
Okay, so he's outer space dirty jobs.
Exactly.
Cool.
Exactly.
And he's just living paycheck to paycheck. Whatever I got to do to make some money.
Yep.
Need money.
Exactly.
I'll do the job.
Exactly.
Been there, yeah. This cover, people, look at this cover. Now, Sean did not go out and hire Alex Ross to do these covers for him. Sean found Sean Sr. Sean's dad is the artist on these books, and if it's anything like Youth Mob was, he's also the interior artist, correct?
Exactly.
So what you see on the outside is what you get on the inside.
Exactly. Yeah, he's been knocking it out of the park. Like it's really cool. Like because I came at him with this cover because we was like, okay, we're gonna retool CODY a little bit, and we're gonna to add some pages and stuff. So we're gonna the cover that the initial cover that we had for it, we moved it to the second book to because it was gonna be a one big graphic novel we was gonna do with CODY, and we ended up splitting it in half and then pushing that cover to that one. And so we had to redo and do a new cover for this one. And this is the cover that we wanted to do for it. It's like John Wick inspired, and we just wanted to do something really cool, like show off like CODY is that he is that guy. Like he's I say he's really fun, like personality wise, but everybody in the galaxy hates him. Like
Yeah.
on the journey, he's growing.
You can tell. Looking at him, he's got all these guns pointed at him, and his whole attitude is, "Y'all are in trouble."
Yeah. and that's the cool, fun things like we wanted to do with CODY is more his demeanor gives it just he has like my dad called him like a modern day Clint Eastwood is that's what he wanted to do with him. And it was like, okay, we got to create cool things for him to do to just showcase his personality. And I created the villains that he's going against in this one. They're called the Oinks. They're like we call them like the plague of the galaxy. They have a really bad reputation of just being just wrecking stuff. Like they're we call them a plague to space. And from what you learn in this book is they really hate CODY because CODY is the one thing that's in their way because he is defiant and he makes them look bad every time he faces off against them. And they're real cool characters that because they're gonna be reoccurring in throughout his series, like from book to book, and we wanted to make them really dastardly, really over the top. Like they have no redeeming qualities. They are terrible, terrible, just aliens. Like you root for CODY to take them out every time you see them, but they're pleasant enough that okay, that's cool. I'm glad to see them what they doing this time. And it's like every time he fights them, it's a new set of them from that same planet because CODY wipes out the whole group.
Okay, so no recurring as like, oh, didn't you learn your lesson last time? It's like, yeah, you didn't. I didn't leave one alive to tell you guys not to do this anymore.
Exactly. That's what comes. So each time they come, basically CODY wiped out one of their own, and it's like, okay, now he embarrassed us. Now we got to try to take him out and try not to get taken out themselves. And it's like a pig. We did like an alien pig like biker game with them. I wanted to do something really fun with CODY, just because you wanted to make some really cool villains that's like just reoccurring that you want to see, but also you know that they bad guys at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, yeah. Mike Walters is in the chat here. Stop by to like, share, and say hi. Appreciate it, Mike. Again, asking people to share so more people can see Sean's book here that is launching today on Indiegogo. Link below the video. Yeah, you have an animated short. I didn't download that one.
Yes. This
I-
is this what the animated shirt I made. I made this when I made this. My dad said, "Okay, we got to retool Cody. We got to do all of this that you made right here in this little animation short, and we got to retool it. This is what we need for the book."
People watch the video there. Maybe we'll come back and play it.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it
really
played
fun.
haltingly.
It's really fun.
I want you all to see it played well. Now here we got pages from the comics. So you know, he's in the bar, and he's like Kirk. You know, there's a green chick. And he's got eyes for her. He would truly be what you would call, I guess, pansexual. Because like, you know, female, maybe I don't know what he does, but you know, you're not getting Earth girls out there, so you make do with what's available.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing we to do with Cody is it's like we want to do Cody's just the ladies man, and that's just his thing that he does, and all the women love him, and in our world, all the guys either hate him or they want to be him.
Yeah. Oh, and there's a bar fight getting ready to break out here. I can tell that now.
Yep.
I love the panel layouts on this. This is not your typical square panel layouts. I mean, they're not even squares.
No. And that's one thing I like when we went back and retooled, and that was one thing I wanted to tell when my dad was putting the panels together. I was like, we need them dynamic. We need the panels. We need to make the panels as much of a character to Cody, and give Cody his distinct look. So especially like he has a few like standard panels, but when he hits like action sequences, like it's more of it dissolves into a whole bunch of different layouts and stuff, like because it helps give the book and Cody just more character to show off.
Yeah, and here he goes. He's in action now, not bothered at all. Yeah. There'll be more story here when the word balloons show up, guys.
Yeah.
But that's yet to come. God, the colors on this too. I mean, it's just yeah, okay. Cool book, guys. You need to get this one.
Yeah, and that's the trailer for Interstellar. Her book, she's the companion book that you can also get part of the featured tier. You can get both of those, Cody and her. She's completely done at the moment, and Cody is almost finished. Like we're in the last few pages of Cody, and then putting it together, letter in it, and then we're getting ready to ship that out. And
so this is
all the books so far, everything so far of the 3B Comics universe that we got so far.
Now I forget, was this an alternate cover to Youth Mob, or was that Youth Mob number 2?
That was Youth Mob number 2. That was it was 0 and 0.5. That was the offshoot to the next one. It was just the next chapter to the story. And those have been going really nicely, selling really nicely.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, those covers are just, you know, they jump right off the shelf.
Yeah, and Otto promoting Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
and
cool. A poster and a poster.
Yeah, and that's some of the fun stuff we wanted to do. That like my dad surprised me with that one. It was like, okay, let's have our characters interact outside of each book too. We're like, okay, let's have Otto introduce Cody to basically the fans of the 3B Comics universe, and they're in world together, and they also do some little fourth world outside of the books, like just through ads and stuff they were working on.
That's classic comics. So I mean, Marvel used to do that all the time.
Yeah.
Where you know they'd introduce a new character and it'd be the other Marvel character. Like, is he a hero or a villain? It's like doesn't matter. Hulk smash anyway. And then you got this other poster here. Is this?
Yeah. And
This is just a promo poster, right?
yeah, this is just a promo poster for this one that you can also pick up. And yeah, it's just like the two aliens in the back are gonna be recurring characters to Cody's just mythos. And they're at times his best friends, and other times they trying to kill him.
Okay. I said,
It's
Cody's got a head of hair on him there, by the way. I mean, that's
yeah, every time I say every other time my dad shows me the character, Cody hair get bigger and bigger.
what happens when you don't have barbers and you have anti-gravity. It just kind of goes out.
It's getting bigger each time I see it. I was like, okay.
He's got that white man throw going down just perfect.
Yeah, he just has fun with the hair. He does it every time. When he does
it's signature look though. It
yeah,
really is.
It's not the character without it. Like without the jacket or the hair, it's not the character. It doesn't have the flash to the.
You got to find a way to make them jackets. Turn that into something you sell at cons. That's a style thing waiting to happen. Now you got these are the campaign items here. I think they start right here.
Yeah,
you can get both books together.
Yeah,
Interstella and Cody. This is the digital one.
Yeah, and it's also if you click the feature, you get the physical versions, and then you can also get the digital bundle versions of it too. And then
let's scroll up to the top and take a look at those so we can see where they are. Here, yeah, it's the featured tier. So you're getting CODY Valiant 0 issue and Interstella 0 issue.
Yeah.
For $30. Physical books of both, and they're already 30 pages plus.
Yep.
So good thick books.
Yeah, and that's one thing we always try to do. Try to just give you more bang for your buck, especially with our physical books. Like the digital books give you just the main story, but the physical books we try to put little extra things in it. You might get more backstory to the characters. You might get an extra 1 or 2, 3 pages of just story content, and that's mainly in the physical. But the digital version is just the main story.
The main story. Got it. Yeah. All right. So for $7, you can get the digital CODY. And for the initial $7, you can get the digital Interstella. You can just get the one you want or get them both together. Add-ons, I take it, are part of your campaign.
Yep.
So it's smart to do that nowadays. So we got Interstella 0 issue here. Not really her campaign, so we haven't seen a whole lot about her. She's part of Youth Mob?
She is also with her. She's with her story is basically we wanted she's an alien per se. She comes from an alien species that landed on Earth to take out her villain in her book is like a giant green minotaur alien thing. And she's basically defeating him. He broke off of like an alien planet, and she's coming to apprehend him. Basically, she's more of like a space cop in a sense, like our version of like a Green Lantern or something like that.
Yeah.
And her story is told from the perspective of her sidekick. Because like the way we present this story is basically like a Superman story or tale told from Lois' point of view. And with the character, the side character he's an unreliable narrator, so you don't know if he's lying, if he's telling the truth. All these events happening, it's little cool, fun things. And with Stella, I can't really show too many of the pages in the book because throughout the book she's completely new throughout the book.
You just sold 100 copies of Interstellar.
Yeah, she's completely new, and she doesn't get her costume until the last 2 pages when she returns back.
Okay. Yep. Oh, you buried the lead on this one, son. You gotta tell people that. Oh man, but and again, but still in the world of Youth Mob and CODY Valiant, and
every book is connected. Like it's a little piece of everything. Everybody exists in the same world, and not necessarily always at the same time, but they're in the general timeline of existing together.
if you can't find Sean at a convention and you want to have a signed copy, you can have your copy signed.
Yes.
Get a copy of CODY VALIANT #0 signed for $20.
Yeah, and then that's the digital bundle. That's
What? Okay, you've lost me on the math on this one, Sean. Here's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, I think I put that. I forgot how I put that together, but yeah, it is roughly the same thing. And then I was throwing in some a little extra into that one.
Okay, because I didn't see the extra on this one. I was like, I can get them up here for 14 together. What am I getting for the extra 6 here?
Yeah, because at the same time I was still plugging away, fixing up things and putting things in. I forgot to put that there.
Okay, well somebody's claimed it, so you can't change it now.
Yeah,
but I talked with somebody the other day. They said somebody claimed this. I can't change it, and I need to. I'm like, you take it down, you put a new one up that's correct, and you leave that one alone. They'll still get their thing, but you just replace it with a new one. It's kludgy, but it's a patch. It works. You can also get a signed Interstellar 0 issue. You're going to sign the front cover because you don't want to sign over anything important inside there. And Interstellar is also full interior painted.
Exactly. Every book, like we try to. That's our thing that we want to do. If you see it on the cover, that's how it mostly looks in the books. Like that. That's the one thing I want to stick with. I didn't want to do anything that felt like it was like give the buyer felt like the buyer's remorse. Like if we're promoting it like that, that's exactly how it looks throughout.
All right, $35. You're doing T-shirts.
Yeah, we're doing T-shirts this time. I'm doing a handful of them. I do all the T-shirts myself, and it's a limit on that one for I'm just doing 30 shirts. So first 30 people get those shirts.
And then you got now here's a good deal. This is the you can get both of them signed.
Yeah,
and you save $5 bundling them together like this. So you can get Interstellar 0 and CODY. Is it Interstellar 0?
Yep. Every one of them is a 0, but hers is more of like a one shot at the moment because we don't know if we're gonna. It's a complete story, no cliffhanger, and we don't know if we're gonna come back to her yet. But she's gonna appear in other books until we decide if she's coming back. But CODY's going straight through. He's getting his own little mini series.
You're giving 3B a real slow burn. You got all these books, and there's not a single #1 issue yet.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like every new character stuff that we're doing, they start out in 0 first, and then like it's basically like mentally the way I did it was basically you're getting 2 #1s by the time we're selling the #1. So the origin's already told in the 0, and then #1 we just going flat out just telling you what the character is, the world, and all that. So it's a little mind thing I did where you basically in 2 #1s at the same time when we get around to promoting the #1 issue. And that's the whole complete digital library. That's
everything you guys have done.
Everything. That's all the books.
So that gives you CODY VALIANT, Interstellar, Youth Mob 0, Youth Mob 0.5, Team Apex, and Naturalites.
Yeah, and that's every book that you saw up on the little shelf. That's every book so far that we've done in the 3B Comics universe. And that's one of the tiers that we're going to possibly just keep doing for each campaign, each book. Like if you want get the whole complete library, that's that for you. And then right here is the CODY collector's box, and that gives you all the physical copies, prints, some little buttons that we're working on, and possibly a T-shirt thrown into it. And
you can't say possibly. You listed it, so it better be there now.
It will be there. The T-shirt will be there, but I was going mainly off the sizes, like because some people might want it like a small 3X.
Yeah, you'll have to ask the size on it. And there's a form for that. It's a button click somewhere.
Yeah.
Shipping worldwide. So you guys are prepared to ship anywhere?
Yeah, we're prepared this time to ship anywhere. Just get as many people as possible and just try to get ready to see 3B in the UK, 3B everywhere.
If it gets too hard for you, I know a guy who does logistics, who's shipping stuff out. Uh,
Yes. Yes. I
Woody's digging the green ladies, and Pops is out there saying, "Hey, yo, Pops, good to see you. I got a shipment in today, Pops, from Panama. Do, 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 do. And if you're looking, you can see, yes, I've got bricks and bricks of tropical magic. So Pedro's book is here, and I've been putting them together in bags and boards tonight. Not putting them in Gemini's yet because don't have the trading cards. Getting
Yeah.
the trading cards as quickly as possible, and then they'll be thrown into the boards. But getting a head start on stuff so that when the cards are here, it's just like tape, seal, and done. And then we'll have them out the door.
Yeah, you gotta get on it before it becomes a handful.
Oh, I love doing it though. I really do. It's a very zen process for me. Just folding Geminis and putting books in them and closing them and taping them and doing it again. I don't have to think. Like, why didn't I get a job like this when I was 18 instead of having to be a programmer and solve problems?
Yeah, and this is from like the end of the show from Saturday that we did Missouri Con. They had to get it.
A nice banner.
Thank you. Yeah, this was the first time we debuted the new banner too, with all the characters, and everybody loved it. Just to showcase every character that's going to appear in a book or have its own book. Like it's characters in there that have their own book, and it's characters that are future characters.
Now, does your dad do like sketches? Just like, here's a pen, here's a paper, let's sketch, or does he always paint?
For the most part, he paints now, but he sketches every now and then. But yeah, it's more of a matter of like he moved to digital basically because he's like it's more of a strain on his eyes now to do it just on paper now. So with digital, he can blow it up, make it work on it, like do fine details and stuff that he really can't do anymore just on physical paper.
Because when you guys get to conventions, he's gonna be hit up to do sketches. Like, give me a CODY sketch. Oh, look at this! You did a CODY chibi.
Yep. Yeah, he did. Dad worked on that like last year when we was first doing coding and figuring out what we wanted to do with him. But yeah, and I was like, I got to throw that up there too. Just show CODY in a whole bunch of different styles as possible.
Yeah. Now this is all other stuff down here, so we've reached the end of the campaign on that. But I'm hesitant, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to reload the page and see if anything has happened. Fingers crossed. Come on, nothing happened.
Yeah, that's cool.
No, it's not. It's I have people who watch this show who buy comic books, and this is a cool looking one. So I'm trying to make sure that they empty their wallets out here.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a labor of love with every book we do, and CODY has been getting a lot of love, and that's one thing we always try to do is just it's a passion project. We put everything we can, heart, soul, tears, everything into each character, each book, and each book is going to keep getting better and better from here on out.
Yeah, and this is it's a family business too, because you're doing the writing, your dad's doing the art. I'm sure you probably got other people coming in to do some production work of some kind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
you have other writers coming in, other artists. I mean, you're going to expand out like that, or
eventually that's on the table. But right now, it's just want to keep it in house between us. For the most part, I will in the future mainly we'll be getting more artists, and I would just be more of the writer because I want to keep the continuity right, and especially like in the early stages right now, I want to keep everything in house and make sure everything connects and makes sense.
I hear you. Niobe, Larry, good to see you out there saying hail, hail, and Atrocity Press and everything. We're not a lie. Oh, that's hail backwards. I'm sorry. I totally misread that. I know those guys. It's okay. Popping in. Check out CODY VALIANT, guys. This is I think you'll really dig this style of artwork here. It's different. It's not your traditional two-dimensional digital colored thing that you'll find in most comic books. This is got a very painterly style to it. not realistic, but surrealistic, because
Exactly.
it's alien. It's out there in space, and it's all painted. Um, so you've launched Youth Mob, you've launched Cody Valiant and Interstellar with this. What's the future of 3B? Where do you go next? I mean, what's on the drawing board for the next book?
On the drawing board for the next book is like after Cody Zero, we're gonna plug away and do Cody number one next. We're just gonna
Okay.
get him ready and get him out, and then like on the side we have like we're almost finished with we call it phase one. We have like 4 books left of phase one of just the universe as a whole, and going into phase two, we have a lot more like experimental things that we're doing to them, all the characters and every character that you met so far. It's now like we took the training wheels off. Now we're getting everything rolling. But that was like the main thing. Like with phase one is why I made sure everything was like a zero for the most part, and then going into one is it's the beginning stage. This is where you start when you want to get into or learn 3B comics. These are the books that you need to know
Yeah.
to understand where we're going to go. Because as soon as the next phase start, it's going to be a lot of concepts that we're going to introduce and throw at you. And we want to make sure you have the foundation right before we put the house on top.
That makes sense. And Zero books are they're written differently. They're written because if you have a team of people, you're going to have a specialized story that's going to show off the abilities and personalities of each of those people, which is it's more constricting than when you jump into a full-blown arc, because the X-Men may have an arc where Wolverine has absolutely nothing to contribute, so he doesn't participate in the story, but he's still part of the team.
Right.
Um,
Exactly.
Here, Zero is like, whatever this villain is, we're going to need you, we're going to need you, we're going to need you, we're going to need you.
Yep.
And we'll work as a team to show it all off. Cody, does Cody have like a special ship that's his? I mean,
Yep. He has a special ship that he is. It's called the Manta Ray. Basically, it is like it's a nice little standard spaceship, but in our universe, it's like it's other versions of it that have do different things. It's like the Manta Ray, the Devil Ray. It's all the ships like different classes of ships are they end in Ray basically, and that's one of the cool things I wanted to do with that for Cody because like in the little pinup, basically the little robot that's behind him is basically his name is Manta, and he is Cody's like Alfred basically. He's the one Cody talks to on the ship, and he goes back and forth with like because Manta doesn't want Cody to get in trouble, but Cody basically still finds his way into trouble anyway, and Manta's always worried about him and things like that. Yeah, because it goes from like the little things like Manta tell Cody not to get in trouble, and then Cody's like, "I'm not gonna get in trouble. I'm just going for a drink," and then all this happens.
yeah,
On the way.
yeah. I'm just going for a drink. I'm not going to go out and start an interstellar bar fight.
Yep.
But I start one. I love all the variations on the aliens here, and the fact that they're not they're variant, but they're not so variant that you're like, oh, this guy's a squid thing with like um, life evolves
Yeah.
to a function,
Right.
and it may be a little bit bigger on this one, maybe a little bit redder on that one, maybe a little bit fatter on this one, but 2 arms, 2 legs, a head, mouth, eyes, nose. That's it's a function that gets people by in life to evolve.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have like more exotic aliens and stuff like that, but at the core, we want you to get to understand them just out the gate. Yeah, we ain't want to go too weird yet, but like just a cooler introduction to like this is what Cody sees on a daily basis. And
Yeah, it doesn't bother him. I mean, he's firing back and everything, but look, that's a completely calm expression. Like,
yeah,
crap. Eh.
glass all in the hair. It's just like my dad's having so much fun putting him together, and you can really tell like with the page layouts and how he does it. Like I give him like we need this type of thing, and then I let him just free range like with how it looks, how it feels, and things like that. And and he's been blowing me away with each page that we worked on.
Yeah, I bet it's he's blowing me away just looking at the preview pages. And like I said, there's no word balloons on here yet. There's no story direction, but I can tell what's going on, which is the sign of good panel layout. Folks, Space Outlaw, issue 0. Beautiful Naked Chick, issue 0.
Yep.
Just no, I mean Interstellar.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's basically what we want to do. We introduce you to a character, introduce you to their world, and show you while they're living and existing in their world with their little pocket of characters, that it's a greater world that they all are a part of. Basically, another piece to the puzzle that we're building, and we're gonna have our version of crisis events where you get to see the whole complete puzzle. Basically, right now we're just showing you in pieces and slowly connecting them, and then it's gonna be a greater image that comes from it.
Okay. Now, I got questions about the shipping dates here
Yeah,
because they're jumping around on me.
yeah. Like with the digital, like as soon as like the digital's gonna come out a little faster, and the like basically like with the physical books, my dad pushed it back. He wanted me to push it back to like next year just a little bit, just on the like to give him more room in case he wants to play around with something or work on something, because like the everything's going to be done like going into like next month. Everything's going to be finished, like the artwork, all that. And if he wants to add or change something real quick, he told me that he like Cody's hair, like here, needs to be fine tuned. He just wanted a little more room just to make sure
Yeah.
everything was like fine touched. And
Well, like you said, there's more stuff in the physical than there is in the digital. The digital is just a story. So the
yeah,
story is going to be done in November, which is just a month and some days away.
yeah,
And then the physical stuff is all going to be shipping out in January, which
yeah,
honestly isn't that long from now. I mean,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
next year, but we're in September, folks.
exactly. Yeah, and then that's the things we want to do. Like he said he just needed the extra room, and I said, okay, we're gonna have that, just that extra room. But is the faster he can get done, and he likes how everything looks, and he okays it, and then it doesn't take me long to letter it, and we're gonna get it shipped out. Probably we're planning on getting it shipped out way before the date, if possible. Like if he finishes in time and we can knock it out, we're planning on shipping it as soon as possible, as soon as we get the books.
Yeah, I mean, even January date is an aggressive date because you've got to
Yeah,
if you're going to finish the artwork in time for November, you've got to deal with printer issues.
exactly.
Goodness knows they never get it right the first time.
Right.
Um, so you're gonna have to send it back, and then they'll do it right, and then you'll have some damages, and then have to replace them, and then you get to sit around like me and put them in bags and boards and fold those Geminis up and have fun with that. I didn't look at the postage. I'm going to look at this one right here because that'd probably be the one I'm going to be interested in. If I were to say, get that perk, come on, get that perk. $10 shipping in the U.S.
Yeah.
Not seeing a choice to change that.
Yeah, I just wanted to simplify everything down to the like I didn't want to get too complicated with it and all that. I just wanted to simplify everything, so it just made sense, like this that, and that's basically the layouts for it at this time. And then any extra things I was getting covered basically with the digital copies, because it really that helps me with just the extra shipping and stuff like that, because I factored that
Well,
into it with the
yeah,
digital exclusives. So
I'm just saying I can't ship it to the UK. I can't ship it to
it
Australia.
yeah, I set that up. It says, I think it says like the rest of the world has their thing too. I
Yeah, well that's what I mean. I clicked the get this perk, and when it came up with the shipping, go back to that page there. See how the United States is grayed out?
Yeah, okay.
I can't click there. I can't say I'm somewhere else.
Oh, that's weird.
So
Yeah, because I put it in and it gave me the okay and the layouts. of like this is this place, like the rest of the world get this price, and I
Yeah.
put that in.
I mean, it doesn't impact me, but it's going to impact anybody outside of the world. Outside the world, yeah, Cody's going to get a package. Um, so some things to look at. It's still first day.
Yep.
It's the day when you would find stuff like this. You got a bunch of shows lined up to get on?
Yeah, I have a few like lined up. Like I have one like in a day or so, and then it's at least four. Have at least four like lined up, and that's the thing. We just I tried to make sure like everything was lined up properly. Like when I was launching, I was like, okay, I'm gonna hit this show. I'm gonna hit this show. I'm gonna hit this show. Like because it was like the last few times I did it, like especially like with Youth Mob, it was like I waited too long, and like the next person was like, if you want to get on the show, it's like a month from here,
Yeah.
like that. And I wanted to get them lined up as possible, and I got them lined up how I figured I wanted them to be.
Well, good, because I want to see you guys make a success out of this, and you're not going to do that on just my show.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I wish that were the case. I wish I was the place people came to launch and fund all in one night. That would be great. Someday, maybe. You can, of course, launch on the way over to Mike Walters' channel right after this and catch out his nightly dose of niche news. He'll be covering comics, manga, and professional wrestling. I've still never figured out how they all go together, but apparently they do because I've seen it in more places than once. Sean, I said I'm excited for you guys. Fingers crossed for your success. I'm going to be participating in that as a customer.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you so much.
Don't jump off just yet, but we're gonna tell the folks in the chat that we're glad they were here. And we don't have a show if you're not here to watch it.
Right.
So we're just like I said, it's a podcast falling in the woods. Otherwise, we were making no noise and doing nothing. And as always, guys, while you were here, we just hope you had a blast. Click that link, go out there and back CODY Valiant, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Good night.